is part 3 of setting up your iPad. And now that we have your iPad synchronized to iTunes, I'm just going to show you how to use the device a little bit. And I'd like to start out with the home screen and some of the options that you have built in, some of the things that you can change on the iPad. And the first I'm going to talk about the apps. Each little square that you see here is an application or an app. You can download additional apps from the App Store. These are just the ones that come pre-installed on your device. But I'm going to cover the App Store a little bit later in a separate video. I'm going to put my iPad here in landscape mode so that it's a little bit easier for you to see. But I'd like to talk about the first thing on the home screen. And to get to the home screen, from any app screen, you're going to push the home button. It's the only physical button on the face of the iPad. You just push that and it takes you right to the home screen. Alright, first thing I'd like to talk about on the home screen is the control center. And to get the control center, you're going to swipe up from the bottom of your screen and you'll see the control center there with some options. I'm just going to brush through these real quick and tell you what they do. This here is your play button for any audio or video that's being displayed on the iPad. You can pause it, play it, fast forward or rewind it right from here. It's a quick little tool to change songs or whatever. Right below that you got your volume control. You can slide that up and down for quick access to your volume. If you don't have the buttons on the side configured for volume, which it looks like I don't, so anyway, that's handy there. On the other side you've got our brightness for your screen. Real quick, if you want to turn your brightness up and down, I am doing that. It's doing it on my screen, but you can't see it through the video capture tool I'm using. Right above that you've got your camera. That'll launch you right into your camera app. Now, this is the first time you've opened your camera. If it is the first time you've opened your camera, you might have been shown a little dialogue here that says, would you like to allow the camera to have access to your location? That's preference. I choose generally to turn it off because I don't want to geotag my photos with my location. But you might want to do that. It's up to you. I don't particularly care for that feature. So go back over to here. Now we've got access to the clock app. You can also have access to that right on your home screen here by pushing there, but it's handy to have it right here for timers, stopwatch, alarms, and other world time. It's pretty handy to have there on the control panel, or the control area here. Now over here you've got your airplane mode, which will cut all communications to your device by pushing that. It'll turn off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi together. Here you've got your Wi-Fi connectivity. You can push that to just turn off Wi-Fi, and likewise you can do the same with Bluetooth. Right next to it here is the Do Not Disturb feature, and I'll cover that a little bit more in another video. And let me do something really quick. Now what I did was I turned off, this was set to mute, and I just wanted you to see what was default, and this is the default setting. I'll show you how to change this option here to be a mute button rather than the lock screen orientation. But by default this is a lock screen orientation button that will lock your screen, so when you tilt it, I am tilting my iPad in the portrait mode right now, and it does not change orientation. That's all that is. Below here you've got AirDrop. This allows you to choose, it's a sharing, wireless sharing option for anyone that has an iDevice that's close to you. Like if you had somebody sitting next to you, wanted to send them a picture or a contact, you can turn on AirDrop and allows the person to receive a photo from them. And I'll touch on that in another video a little bit more deeper. But for this video, this just turns it on or off and gives you options of contacts only, everyone, or turn it off completely. AirPlay is a way to share your screen with an AirPlay enabled device. I currently have this set up to go through my laptop for screen sharing so that I can capture this on video without holding the iPad up and annoying you with it moving constantly. But that's what that is. Most of the time, unless you have an AirPlay device connected, you won't even see this option here, but it's there for this video, and it's good so that you can see that it's showing up there. The next item here on the home screen is if you pull down, if you tug down on the screen anywhere in a blank space, you'll see the Spotlight search. And I'll cover this a little bit more in depth also in the settings app. But for now, this basically allows you to search your device for anything. And when you type in a word, someone's name, it'll show a list of all of the person's, wherever that person or wherever that item that you're searching for, the name appears. It will show, as you can see here, and this is pulling from the web, I believe, but it will also pull from your apps. It's very handy, probably one of the most powerful search features in any handheld device, in my opinion, because it searches across the entire platform. It's really cool and really handy. One of the other items that the home screen allows you to do is customize it to your liking. So if you like to move your apps around, if there's something that you have on your screen that you like to move to a different location, or delete that item, or put it into a folder to better condense the apps that you have, you simply take your finger and push and hold on an icon, and the icons will start to dance, or the application icons will start to dance, and then you can just grab it with your finger and drag it around to wherever you'd like to put it. You can't delete any of these because they're all built in, but you can move them to another page just by holding and then putting it there. And if you wanted to combine them, like I like to combine all the built-in apps into one folder, you can take it and set it on top of another app, and then it'll put it into a folder. And where did that folder go? Oh, it didn't actually stick. It just moved the app. Alright, so I can take this and move it on top, and move other items into that folder like you see here. And then when you push on it, you can actually come up here and rename it. And just hit done. Now when you're finished moving your apps around, you can see how they're still wiggling. All you got to do is push the home button once and they'll stop. And that's pretty much it for the home screen. Now I'm gonna one other thing. You will, if you have third-party apps installed or other applications that you've downloaded and you want to delete those, apps that you can delete will have a little X at the top of them. These don't have anything on there. I'll probably show you that in another video. But if you just push on it, it'll ask you if you want to delete the app. Alright, so we're going to go into the settings and cover the first section here, and I'll cover each one of these sections individually because there is a lot of things to cover. There are a lot of things to cover here. So obviously at the top here we got airplane mode. Self-explanatory. I showed you before how you can put your device into airplane mode by simply pushing the airplane button there. This is just another way to get to it. Right below that you've got the Wi-Fi option, and this allows you to toggle the Wi-Fi on or off, just like on the control center. And you can also see information about your Wi-Fi network, what your IP address is. You can give it a static IP address if you'd like to do that. You can renew your lease if you're, for some reason, if you're taking another device's IP address and you need to renew, you can renew your lease. Or if you aren't getting one, this might be a little over your head, but just bear with me here. You can just ignore that. If you'd like to delete this network, if you're having problems connecting to it and you'd like to connect to another one, just hit forget this network. I'm not going to do that because it'll disconnect my screen sharing session here. Or if you'd like to connect to another device or another wireless network. Just push on the one you'd like, and then it'll ask you for the password. Right below this is Ask to Join Networks. If you turn that on, when you come in contact with a Wi-Fi network that's close by, you will be prompted in the middle of your screen, enabling you to connect to that particular Wi-Fi network. If you have a cellular connection, that can be kind of annoying, because if you just want to work on your cell connection, it will constantly ask you, do you want to connect to this Wi-Fi? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So again, this is all preference. You can choose to turn that on or leave it off. It's up to you. Moving right along here to Bluetooth. If you got Bluetooth devices, keyboard, mouse, well, actually I don't think mice work on the iPad, but if you got a keyboard or a set of headphones or a wireless speaker, this is where you would connect that device. You would see it here in the list. You push on it, enter the PIN code if one is required, and it will automatically connect you. And likewise, you can toggle the Bluetooth off like you can with Wi-Fi, and just turn that off to save battery. Cellular data. I'm not going to go too far into this because some of you may not have cellular on your iPad. You can turn it off completely to where it only browses through Wi-Fi. You can enable LTE data roaming. You can view your account here, set up your data account with your personal information there. I'll skip over SIM because I'm going to touch, or I'm sorry, the personal hotspot, because I'm going to touch on that here in a second. And you can choose FaceTime over cellular as well, but if you're concerned about data usage, you may want to turn that off so you don't accidentally connect to FaceTime call using your cell service. Alright, a personal hotspot. This is very convenient. Allows you to share out the internet access of your iPad with other devices that are near you. Basically turning your iPad into a hotspot. If you have cellular service, this is very handy. You can use it for your kids in the car. Turn on the hotspot, and it will broadcast the name of your iPad to those around you and allow you to connect to it. Here you can change your password for the Wi-Fi connectivity. That's nice and handy. That way you don't have to remember some wackadoo password here that it creates for you, but more like a passphrase or something you can remember. But that's pretty much it. It covers this section and the home screen, and I will continue on with additional videos to cover each additional section here, and you can check those out. This concludes this portion of the video.